What is going on, y'all? It's your man Mike Titan, the gaming savant, here with my co-host Bryan, and today on the Blitz we will be recapping the Dallas Cowboys loss to the New England Patriots 30-6. Bryan, what did you think of how the Cowboys played in this game today?
Well, one thing I can say is that we saw the real Brandon Wheaton, I think, and that was a total dumpster fire in my opinion. And the defense played well the first half, only giving up 17 points. I don't think nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
They really played well. Besides, of course, Mo Claiborne, who you can't expect much out of, but it was just a really bad performance by the offense. And overall, in the second half, I knew it was going to be a blowout. You knew that the Patriots were going to make second half adjustments because Bill Belichick is the best, in my opinion, at second half adjustments. So, yeah, just a really disappointing performance overall by the Cowboys, in my opinion.
Yeah, like you said, the first half proved to me that there's still a little bit of hope of this team once we get fully healthy. The addition of Greg Hardy and Rolando McClain were felt immediately as they both had sacks in the first half. They actually sacked Brady 5 times in the first half, which in recent years, if you actually got to Tom Brady and sacked him, that kind of rattled him a little bit. Apparently not. Apparently he just picked
the first time in the history
career. Yeah, he's been sacked 5 times
in the first half.
Yeah.
They were really doing good. Greg Hardy was a monster. I don't know if that was Reggie White.
Yes. Yes, so much that in the second half, I believe they switched left tackles because Soldier got an injury or something like that with his elbow. But yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, okay, so there's potential. And then the second half came, and it was just like, all right, it's the Patriots. They just stopped playing around and just threw the ball on us. Now, for me, what the thing about this game was, and I think was actually, I have to admit, was a very good game plan by Bill Belichick, is that they pretty much double Witten, and they were like, hey, Brandon, Terrence, Street, Beasley, we're going to make y'all beat our secondary on the outside, which they couldn't. I believe Brandon Wheaton threw for 39 times. He had like 189 yards, 188 yards, no touchdowns.
12 more times than Tom Brady.
Exactly. And
that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing to me. How can you throw 12 more times than Tom Brady? I mean, the Cowboys seem to have no offensive continuity or game plan. I don't know if you agree. But they just think, we're going to run it a little bit? Oh, Darren McFadden, come in for 2 carries. Is Lance Dunbar available? Well, wait. Is Dez out there? I mean, it just looks a whole lot of just dysfunction and confusion.
Yeah, and I think mostly what it is just the fact that Brandon Wheaton, to me, is a below average game manager. Reason why I say that, you notice that his leading receiver was Darren McFadden, who had about 9 catches for like 60 or 70 yards. If you watch the game, McFadden probably got about 6 of those catches and about 40 of those yards in the last drive when they were trying to score. And then once they got in the end zone, they threw like 4 fade routes in a row and didn't score any points at the end of the game. So to me, I think that's what the problem of this offense is. I think it is Brandon Wheaton. He checks down too much. He doesn't try to go down the field. He doesn't look for deep plays. And they were there. Like, we had one-on-one coverage most of the time in this game because they were doubling Witten. So they were like, let's take away his safety blanket. We'll give him that underneath stuff with the running back, but he'll probably get tackled as soon as he get the ball. And they dared Terrence Williams, Devin Street, Cole Beasley to beat them downfield, which they really couldn't. I will say that Devin Street did.
He couldn't even use his hands if you saw in that one play. When he threw it through the slot for a first down, he couldn't even use his hands. So, yeah, Devin Street, I don't even know who you're talking about, honestly, if I didn't watch.
Yeah, I will say, though, he did have that one nice catch on the sideline where he dove out and caught the ball. But
little catches can't make the easy one.
Exactly, yeah. And then, like I said, running the ball, they started running it, but then once they got down, it's pretty much like they were week 1 against the Giants. They just got away from the run, just started passing. And the thing that I think hurt them the most was that the offense wasn't able to get anything really going, and that they always gave the Patriots short field. That's pretty much how I felt that the Patriots took advantage of this game. They stopped the offense. They pinned them down in bad situations. And then whenever the Patriots got the ball, they were usually starting on the 30, 40, maybe sometimes even the 50-yard line. And, of course, if you give Tom Brady a short real estate to work with, he's going to make you pay, just like he did on that long touchdown pass to Julian Edelman for about 59 yards.
Yeah, that was the play where he broke both of Mo Claiborne's ankles, and we were sending his condolences out to him. I'm not a bad man, so even though I'm not a fan of him, condolences out to you, Mo Claiborne, on that. But I agree with you. You cannot give Tom Brady a short field, and you saw that. You saw him mixing Deion Lewis. Mm-hmm. I love how they do their running game. They mix in a little bit here and there. They do the little short screen passes. I don't think the Cowboys know what a screen pass is, but you just saw the Patriots really just get it going in the second half, and they were patient. Mm-hmm. The thing that people don't understand about Tom Brady is that he is so patient, and he just waits for plays to open up. They finally got to Gronk in the second half. You saw him just throwing Mo Claiborne down like a little kid on that one pass by the sideline. And, I mean, the Patriots are just a well-oiled machine. And something that I want to ask your opinion on, do you think that Jason Garrett is at an F level of coaching this year? I do believe that, because if you saw the first half when this game was at 3-3, and how Bill Belichick made adjustments at halftime, and how he was able to stay patient, I just believe that they're just in two different levels. And right now, Jason Garrett is doing probably the worst coaching job in the NFL. I don't want to hear about Des Bryant and Tony Romo, but I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's an F level. I would pretty much say, I'm not saying that the injuries are the main cause of it, which in reality they are, but I'm just saying he's trying to do the best with what he's got. And I like I said, I essentially think it comes down to Brandon Weeden, offensive wise. It's like all he does is do checkdowns, which is fine when you have. See, the thing about it, Brandon Weeden would be perfect for like Cincinnati or Seattle, where they have a dominant defense, and your quarterback can do that because you have a defense you know is going to get you stops. With the Cowboys, you can't necessarily do that. While though they do get two of their better defensive players back, you know, the Cowboys defense isn't going to stop the Patriots like, say, a Broncos could or a Seahawks could. So you have to have a quarterback that can get you points. I can guarantee you, if Tony Romo plays in this game, even without Dez, if Tony Romo plays in this game, it's not 30-6. I would say it would at least be a touchdown difference or something like that, because Tony Romo can get you points. To me, Brandon Weeden can't get you points, and that's why I've kind of come to the realization I think it's time for the Cowboys to give Matt Castle a try. Reason saying that is that he did well in the Patriots system. When Tom Brady got hurt, you know, he was okay in Minnesota, wasn't bad, but I think he would be a better option than Weeden right now, just because I feel like he'll do more. I feel like he'll do better on the offense than Weeden can. Weeden only has an edge out on Matt Castle just because he's been here longer and he semi-knows the offense, even though I didn't know that our offense was pretty much handing off to Joe Randall 2 times and then throwing a pass to him or McFadden or Michael out the backfield on 3rd down when you need 10 yards and you throw it at throw 5 yards and hope to get more yards after the catch. But I do think it's time for them to make a change at quarterback, because I honestly do not see them progressing any farther than they have been offensively wise with Brandon Weeden at the helm.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that play. That is exactly what I'm talking about, what you're opinion on. That is a coaching decision to on 3rd down. That's Scott Linehan, and that is Jason Garrett. We know him as the offensive guru, and that is something that I want to talk about. That's why he's at an F level, in my opinion, because that is him. And also, I know this made you mad probably. They're down 20-3, and they go for a field goal at the end of the 3rd quarter instead of going for it on 4th down. I just couldn't believe that. You thought that for a whole quarter you were going to stop Tom Brady and that offense, from scoring anymore. That is playing to lose, in my opinion, instead of playing to win. You got to go for it all. You're tied in the division. You're 2-2. You're at home too. That's why he's at an F level. You're at home. Because I guarantee you, if the Wade Phillips had done that, because Jason Garrett looks the part. Let's be honest. He looks the part of a smart head coach. People would be howling and upset. I have not heard anybody talk about that. And I was irate about that. That is down. You're down 20-3 to Tom Brady and the champs, and you go for a field goal.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, in the second half, it should have been 4 downs unless you're just like inside your own 20 or 10-yard line. So I kind of see what he's saying, where maybe he was just playing. Pretty much, he kind of already knew that they lost the game, and he was just playing just to get everybody out of there without any further injuries. But like I said, the defense gives me a little bit of hope. I just personally think that we should make a change at quarterback. After the bye week, I think they should announce that Matt Cass will be the starter, especially going up against the Giants, who barely beat the San Francisco 49ers last night.
I think San Francisco got screwed, honestly. If you saw that not a catch, once again, where that might. I think he actually got the ball on the interception at the end of the game for Eli Manning. I don't know if you saw that play.
I did see that, and
I think it hit the ground.
I think it did hit the ground. Like, if you look at it closely, you can tell the nose of the ball hit the ground before he was able to get his hands underneath it.
Okay.
But, I mean, I wanted San Francisco to win that game solely because so everybody in the division will be 2-3. But, I mean, I look at it like this. I feel like if the Cowboys can win their division games, there's still a small chance of a hope that we'll be able to make the playoffs, probably as a 4 seed. Because the Giants, like I said, they barely won last night on a catch by Larry Donnell in the end zone. And the Redskins lost to the Falcons, which they pretty much lost themselves. Good old Captain Kirk throwing a pick 6 in overtime to lose the game. And then
pick 6 Cousins.
Exactly, pick 6 Cousins. And now the team I am worried about a little bit, because it looks like, they finally got their mojo together, is the Eagles. Granted, they beat up on the Saints, which the Cowboys should have beat, but we're not going to relive that game anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how we play the Eagles the next time. But like I said, coming off the bye week, we got the Giants. I feel like that should be a win, even though we are on the road. But I feel like the Cowboys always play the Giants well, and we should be able to come out with the win for that. But like I said, just as long as we can at least keep pace in the division, I feel like coming down the ladder of the season, whenever we get Romo and Dez back and we get fully healthy, I feel like that final month of December is going to be the telltale if this team will be able to make the playoffs, or if they're going to be, like I said, finish like 6-10 or 5-11.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I really don't have much hope. And again, I think it goes back to coaching, because if you look at Atlanta, they have the exact same roster as last year. And look at how motivated, how much more pumped up. They were one of the most emotionless teams. You never saw them doing a lot of, jumping around. That stuff matters. It might sound hokey to you, but I just don't see that. I saw the sideline yesterday, like the Cowboys were done. Like that was the last game of the season. Greg Hardy out there, he's pumping them up. I love Rod Marinelli. I think he's the best coach on the staff, in my opinion. He had the defense play it, and I don't think Jason Garrett has anything to do with the defense. On the offensive side, that's squarely on him. And see, some kind of fight. You were at home. You weren't at Gillette Stadium in New England, and that was just very disappointing to me, because that's what I wanted to take out of yesterday. I knew the Cowboys were going to lose, but at least put up some kind of fight.
Like they did in the first half.
Right, exactly. Put up some kind of fight and all that. Greg Hardy was winning the second half. You couldn't expect him to be, fully conditioned the whole game.
Yeah, to play a whole game.
And Rolando McClain too. Right, exactly. And also, I want your opinion. Terrence Williams looks horrible. I mean, can he get off a block? Can he get off a route? I mean, we can talk about Brandon Weeden, but Terrence Williams, he does not show up until the fourth quarter. I've seen him just get bumped off by rookies. Coleman, he was just ragdolling him. I don't know if you noticed the whole game. The rookie for DB for the Patriots. It was just incredible, in my opinion, just how inefficient he was.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to that one thing where you always have receivers that look good because of other receivers, and then when that main receiver goes out and that second receiver has to be the number one, yeah, exactly. Like, they never really, do well. Well, now you're seeing why. Bryan made Terrence Williams look good last year, because Terrence Williams always had one-on-one coverage, and he could beat, your third or second string corner. But you play him up against starters, and he's not doing too well. So, hopefully, my thing of this, hopefully this will be a good learning experience for him. And maybe next season he can come in and be better. But yeah, I think this season, he's just gotta wait and pray to when Dez gets back, he'll be 100%, so he can get some more one-on-ones against like third or fourth string corners, and not have to go up against the number ones and twos, because clearly he can't do anything against those.
Yeah, it's clear. And that contract that he thought he was going to get, that's pretty much gone down the drain now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing the real Terrence Williams because they want to see you get ones and twos. And yeah, he cannot fill that slot. Cole Beasley, I think he played pretty well. In the slot, he's incredible. And, like you said, Jason Witten was double covered. So, yeah, once again, the Patriots just show how good they are. And even though they had Hightower out, so they had injuries also. So I don't want to hear about they were fully healthy.
Yeah, exactly. I think Hightower went out, I think it was like right before halftime or a little bit into the third quarter. So, the Patriots had their injuries, but, it's something that I've always noticed is that with the Patriots, it kind of, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter who's out there, but I feel like that their system is more better than the some parts of their players. Like, they have a great system where it's like, name the last time you've known a running back for the Patriots that's like been there longer than like 3 years. Like I can't really only person I can maybe think of is Corey Dillon back in the early 2000s. But since then, like they've literally had a new running back or a new group of running backs every year or 2 years, and that's just because they don't feel like besides Brady and maybe McCourty, they don't feel like there's anybody there that's better than the some parts of the system. Like for instance, they got rid of Vince Wilfork, who's been there his whole career, and just like, well, we're not going to re-sign you, and that was like in a sense their Tom Brady on the front seven, and they just let him go like it was nothing. Then of course what they do, they draft Malcolm Brown. Yeah, they draft Malcolm Brown out of Texas in the first round to replace him, and now it's like well, Vince Wilfork who? So that's why I said the Patriots, they have a good system. That's why they've been good for this long. So it doesn't, to me, it really doesn't matter. Besides, as long as they got Brady, Gronk to a little bit lesser extent out there, as long as they got those two on offense, it's like hey, just plug this player here, and let's just run these plays.
Yeah, that's what they do. They just plug and play, and I think that more teams need to really define a system because you see the teams that have a system and know how to draft well and get players for that system, they just keep it rolling. And the Patriots seem to always know. You did not see yesterday any confusion. The Cowboys, you just saw confusion all over the field, players running off the field, hands to the face, if we can't talk about that enough. Penalties, it was just really a lot of sloppy play by the Cowboys overall as the game got down to crunch time. Yeah,
and like you said, it goes back to being able to draft and develop players. And I'll give you an example. 2 teams right now that are 5-0 who, have drafted and developed players well over the last couple of years. Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Packers, we all know with Aaron Rodgers, they won a Super Bowl a couple years ago, but I think I saw a graphic whenever they played some primetime game, and there was only 3 people on that team that wasn't drafted by the Packers. So that lets you know, yeah, they always draft well. They rarely go after big free agents. And then with the Bengals, same thing as well. All the players that they have now, they've drafted, Dalton, AJ, Jeremy Hill, Gio Bernard, offensive line, secondary. So it just goes to show that it does pay to draft and develop players, which I think the Cowboys are finally starting to get. The last 2 or 3 drafts have been very good for them. They developed the offensive line. Now they went defensive with getting Byron Jones and Randy Gregory. So, it may still be a little bit time before we're able to, mention the Cowboys and the names of those teams, but I feel like they're on the right path. This season, though, like I said, you don't have any hope. I have a small bit of hope just because the next couple of games we have coming up, I feel we can win with the Giants, and then I believe we play the Jets the week after that. So hopefully they can turn things around and, like I said, at least keep pace in the division to try to keep them in the playoff picture come December and January.
Yeah, I wish I had the same hope, but it just seems that after that Saints loss, something happened. This game, they just seemed emotionless. They were at home. I've seen libraries louder than at Cowboys Stadium yesterday. It was just really just a very demoralizing kind of feeling for me. And in the bye week, I don't know what they're going to be able to do. If they're going to be able to clone Romo or something, or Dez Bryant, because they are clearly the leaders of this team. Jason Garrett is not. I'm sorry. No, that's probably a controversial opinion, but Dez Bryant and Tony Romo are definitely the leaders. You know, it is just clear to me that those two guys are the team, because they are always pumping up guys when they're out there doing that. That stuff matters. And I mean, I'm just speechless after yesterday's performance. You shouldn't just get blown out like that at home. I'm sorry, even though it's the Patriots, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. But like I said, they got the bye week coming up, so hopefully they can make some changes, get some things corrected, and whenever they go up to play the Giants the week after, they'll have some things in order. But Bryan, you got any closing words before we get out of here?
Yeah. I want to announce that the Blitz is taking up a donation for Mo Claiborne's ankles. We're going to be going around today. Me and Mike will be going around for donations to get Mo Claiborne new ankles. Ankle replacement surgery. So if you could just hit us up on Twitter or on YouTube so we can get this done, because we are here for Mo Claiborne. Isn't that right, Mike?
You are. You're not.
All right. Well, I can't blame Mike.
In my opinion, they should have got rid of him, but whatever.
No, okay. Well, Mo Claiborne, yeah. Mike doesn't feel your pain.
No.
Oh well.
Not at all. So we want to thank you guys for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, make sure to check out our social media links down below in the description. I'm Mike, that is Bryan, and we will catch you guys in the next episode of The Blitz. Peace.